Hi and welcome to Number Shuffle game developed using PowerPoint presentation slideshow. Let me show you guys how this works. So let's see if we can get all of these arranged accordingly. So we move and there. See, we have 2, 7, 4, 8, 12. There we go. You see that? And the message box pops up saying well done, you are a star. And one other thing in this presentation is I'm going to exit out. Just click in there and there we go. If you come in here now and reload, you would notice that the slideshow is already reshuffled. So I'm going to exit out again, and you just take a good note of the way the numbers are arranged. Just exit out again. There we go. Run. There. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you guys straight into PowerPoint development environment using the same slideshow, and we'll try and put one of these together, guys. So let's do that now. I'm going to exit out. Let's start a new program entirely. Let's save this one first, and I'm going to go straight to file and let's start a new project. New. And let's select blank. There. Okay, to start with, if you don't have your developer menu here, go straight to file, click on file, select options, and right inside option here select customize ribbon and make sure your developer is checked, and you then click on OK. There. You can then delete this object in there or get rid of those ones. There we go. Now, since you have your developer menu there, you can always click on your developer menu, and right here there's those are the components we need, the controls. I need this very one. I'm going to grab a button, just paste a button right there, and a label. Grab a label, paste that right there, and up there right beside the buttons and so on is the property. Select the property. Now this very label, I'm just going to change the content in there to number shuffle games. There we go. You can copy that. I'm going to copy it, Control C, copy and paste. So the one that I've copied, I'm going to change that to number shuffle games in PowerPoint. So let's go into the caption and just enter in PowerPoint. There we go. I'm going to select both components though. Then let's come straight to the menu here and just change the size. Maybe make that 72. And I think I'm going to reduce this one, the one below. I'm going to make that about 40. Yeah, 48. Okay, that's fine. Alright, just drag that. There we go. And you can get it centered. Select coming to align, and I'm going to get it centered. Now, let's drag this that much. Okay, that's fine. We're getting somewhere. At the buttons, I'm going to change the font of this very button to 72. Get rid of the text in there. Let's come in here, just get rid of that. But take note of the name. The name is command button 1. I'm not going to bother change the names, so I'm going to copy this very one. The next one, let's copy, paste. That is command button 2. If you look at that, that's the name right there. And paste another one. We have command button 3, command button 4. Okay, we want to name them orderly. So we have command button 1, 2, 3, 4. Now paste another one. We have 5, command button 5. Command button 6. In total, I'm going to add about 16. okay, there we go. Right, so I'm going to copy all of this. That's it. I'm just going to copy it and speed up the whole process. Okay guys, I now have all my buttons in place. Now the next thing we want to do is to start adding codes, but like you saw on my introduction, I actually changed the background color of my presentation interface. So I'm going to right click on it and just select format the background, and right here where we have a color, just click on color. The choice is yours, you don't have to change the background color. So I'm going to select more color, and in here there's something like cadet blue, so I'm going to just settle for that. Click on OK, and that's it. And one other thing that you can do, which I should have mentioned, is let's go back to the color, select more color. You see, if you don't know the color you want, you can always select customize here, and if you have the code, just enter that in there. Like I know the color of cadet blue, so I'm just gonna enter that in there. That is the code for cadet blue. It's 95, 158 and 160 for the blue. Okay, the red is 95, the green is 158, and the blue is 160. So just click on OK. There, that looks a little bit much better. Alright, so let's go on. Okay, let's continue. So what I'm going to do now is, I think the choice is yours. You can add numbers if you want. So let's assume I have numbers in there. I'm going to just call that 1. All of these we actually get reshuffled as we move, as we go along. So we have 2 in there, and in here I'm going to enter 3. We have 4, enter 4, and so on. The only one that I will not add a value to is this last one here. That's command button 16. So I'm going to speed up this whole process and I'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, I've finished adding the numbers on each of those buttons. If I click on my presentation button, there we go. That's how it's looking now, but nothing is happening. So let's exit out and we now come back in here. I'm going to double click on any of these buttons. There we go, and straight you are into the coding area. So, and I'm going to start by adding, let's collab this one, and I'm going to start by adding a module there. So go to insert and then click on module. There we go, right in there, and inside this very module, the first thing I'm going to do is, let's just say option explicit there. And now I'm going to create a function. I'm going to call that sub empty slot or spot checker. Okay, and my spot checker, I'm going to then enter parentheses, and that will reference, let's say BTN. So BTN will stand for button 1 as command button, and right there. Okay, press enter and you will end up with end sub. So what I'm going to now do is, since the object, I've created 2 objects, I'm going to say if btn button 2 dot caption, that's one of the first objects, if that is equals empty, then btn button 2 itself dot caption should take in whatever we have inside btn button 1 dot caption. Once that is done, we now want to clear whatever value we have inside button 1. So btn 1 dot caption equals clear and if, and that should take care of spot checker. Okay, now that this function is written, I'm going to copy the name of this very function, copy that. I will now go straight into my PowerPoint slide, double click on button 1 itself. Right inside button 1, I'm going to end up and say call the empty spot checker, command button 1, comma, should be replaced by command button 2. Close that. So that takes care of the first one, because if you guys look in here, let's go back in here, the movement of button 1 will be to 2 or to 5. Okay, button 2 or button 5. So we can move to 2. Now let's move to 5. Double click on that, copy all of this, come right down here, paste, and change this to 5. There we go. That is taken care of. Now the next one is button 2. Let me copy all of this, copy and come right in here. That's button 2. Double click on button 2. But as you can see, button 2 can move to 1, 3, 6. So 1, 3, 6. So double click on that, paste that in there. That's going to be 1, 3, 6. Get rid of this. So that will become, the mover will be button 2, and that is it right here. And that is moving 1, 3, and 6. There. Now let's look at the next one. The next one is 3. 3 can move to 2, 4, 7. Double click on that, and I'm just going to copy this, paste that in here. That is 3 and 3 here. 3. So that will be 2, 4, and 7. There. Now let's look at 4. 4 can move 3 and 8. So double click on that. That is 3 and 8. Let's just copy 2 for 4. Paste that in there. 3, 8. And this must be changed to 4 and 4 there. Now let's come into 5. 5 is going to be 1, 6, 9. Okay, that's 3 for 5. 1, 6, 9. Paste that in there. That become 1, 6, and 9 here. And who is moving is 5. Change that to 5. Okay, if you notice the name in here, the name of the object is the name that is here. So be careful when you're doing that. Now 6 is going to be 2, 5, 7, 10. So paste that in there. 2, 5, 5, 7, and 10. Paste, enter 10 here. And who is moving is 6. 6, 6, 6. Okay, so let's go for 7. 7, the movement of 7 is 3, 6, 8, 11. 3, 6, 8, 11. That's 3, 6, 8, and 11. 3, 6, 8, and 11. And who is moving is 7. 7 is taking in the value from other places. Okay, we have 8. 8 is 4, 7, 12. 4, 7, and 12. Delete the last one. And this is 8. There. Then we have 9. 9 is 5, 10, 13. So paste that in here. 5. I think, let's say 5, 10, 13. Okay. 10. I'll get rid of this. 5, 10, 13. That's 9. Let's arrange it in order. cut that off, paste it right underneath here. There, that is 9. Let's go for 10. 10 is 6, 9, 11, 14. 6, 9, 11, 14. 6, 9, 11, and 14 here. And this will be 10. Okay, now let's go for 11. 11 is 7, 10, 12, 15. 7, 10, 12, 15. Paste that here. 7, 10, 12, and 15. And that is 11. That's good. We are almost there. And we have 12. 12 is 8, 11, 16. 8, 11, 16. Copy this, paste it right here. 8, 11, 16. That's 12. There. I'm back in here. The next one is 13. That is 9, 14. 9 and 14. 9, 14, and this is 13. There. Next one is 14 itself. That's 10, 13, 15. So 10, 13, 15. Copy this, paste that right there. 10. No, this is 14. 14. And 14 right here. So that's 10, 13, 15. 10, 13, 15. Okay, 15 is 11, 14, and 16. That's 11. Let's go back in there. 11, 14, 16. 11, 14, 16. And here, that's 15. And 15 again. Alright, now we have 16. That is 12. And 15. Double click on that. 12, 15. Copy, paste. That's 12, 15. And here, that is 16. And that is all of the buttons taken care of for now. Okay, I'm going to run this. Let's see how that's going to work. Remember the function that I created earlier, right in here. Okay, have a good look at the functions. Alright, so I'm going to close this. This was the first program that I developed. I'm going to close that so that you guys don't get it mixed up. But before then, let's try this out. Click on the slideshow. There we go. We should be able to shuffle it now. But it's not working the way we want. I think the best thing is we would like it to actually shuffle itself. Okay, that is fine. That is fine. So I'm going to exit out. Exit. And I'm going to close the previous one so that it doesn't confuse you guys what I have in here. This is the previous one, so let's see if we can close it this way. Just gonna close the whole lot. Okay, let's open it up and close it. I'm gonna do that and get back to you guys. Okay guys, now that I have, okay, we only have this one on board now, that's fine. Alright, so what we need to do is, before I go any further, I'm going to save this because it's not saved. Just click on File, Save As, and I'm just going to give that a name. Let's call it Shuffle Game. Shuffle Game. Now I'm going to call it Number Shuffle Game. Number Shuffle Game. That's good. Okay, now the important part is, you see where we have as type. Okay, save as type. I'm going to change that to PowerPoint macro enable. Remember that, PowerPoint macro enable. Make sure that is selected. I intend to save mine on my desktop, so click on save. That is it. It's saved now. Okay, let's have it go at my slideshow again. There. Okay. Alright, now what I want to try and achieve is, you see, anytime I click on my slideshow, I would like the button to actually be shuffled automatically. So I'm going to right click and just exit out. Now let's go inside the codes. Right underneath this button code here, right underneath here, I want to create two functions. Let's just put a line there. I'm going to call that function shuffle. So that's going to be the first one. Right. Okay, and I'm also going to create another function that I will call solution checker. So let's copy this and just paste this in here. I'm going to also need another one for the document itself. So that would be I want to call it slideshow. Slideshow. I will call this one, let's say that's going to be my solution checker there. Solution checker. There. Now let me take care of the slideshow first. The slideshow is like what you refer to as a form load. So let's say sub on slideshow terminate, and open a parenthesis, and I'm going to say by value, let's say win as slideshow window. There we go, this very one. There. Press enter. You see my slideshow window. All I'm going to do in there is I'm going to call the shuffle. So that is that done first. Now the shuffle is going to be here. Now call the shuffle in here. Let's put the shuffle in here. So for the shuffle, okay, in here I'm going to have, let's say this one, this little function, that's going to be solution checker. There we go. That's my solution checker taken care of. And underneath here, that would be my shuffle function. There. Now I'm going to call this shuffle function right in here. So just copy that, paste that in there, say call a shuffle function. Now inside the shuffle function here, I'm going to enter the following. Let's say dim a, that is going to be an array. That's going to be an integer as well as, let's say I again, j, and rn, all of those variables as integer, including the array. That's the array there. Okay, that is done. And I will then declare another one that I will just call that a flag. That's going to be a Boolean expression, Boolean, as Boolean. There. Now I'm going to initialize this flag. Let's come down here, initialize it as false. I will also initialize I, give it a value of 1. Then my array A, I'm going to initialize that with a value of 1. There. Now let's use a do while. Do while I is less than and equals to 15, because in total we have 16. Okay, an array, as you know, starts from 0. So let's ask it to, let's use a random number, a random function. Random function, randomize the following. And what I want you to randomize is as follows: Rn, let's convert that to int, and let's say 15. Let's times that by a random value of plus, increment that by 1. There. Array equals Rn, then the flag itself will become true. There. So let's exit the for loop, exit for, and I'm also going to end the if statements. There we go. Right. Okay, now that that is done, what about for? We have to get it nested here. Next. And I'm now going to use another if statement. If the flag equals true, then flag equals false. There. Else A will take whatever we have in I, and that will be equals Rn. I will now say I plus I equals I plus 1. We increment I, and if, and we get the whole system looped. Come down here, get that looped. There. Now that that is done, we now want the buttons that we change, and here they are. So let's grab this. So the very first button, that is button 1, dot caption, that will be equals whatever value we have inside A, and that is array number 1. Okay, button 2 will take an array number 2, and so on up to 16. So let's get that, copy that. There. And I'm just going to change this around. This is 2, 3, 4, and so on. 11 here, 12, 15. That would be 15, and here 16 will be 0. So let's number these buttons accordingly. That is 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There. Alright, I think that is all with the function shift. Okay, so since I've already called this function inside the form load, okay, it's called on slide show terminate. Okay, that is when it opens up. I think there might be another one you can use, but this one seems to work for me. Okay, so and you guys can try out different types of application events there. Let me show you guys where I found that. This is it, PowerPoint application event, and there we go. Those are the different events, and this is the event that I'm using. Okay, we have different applications. I've tried some other ones out, they're not working how I want, so minimize that. You guys can always have a look at that. Alright, and I've actually called my function in there, so have a good look at the functions again there. So I'm going to save that and let's run our program and see. Let's see how the slideshow is going to work. I'm going to click on show slide. Look at that. So close that. You see that it's automatically shuffled the numbers around. Okay, once I close it, the numbers get shuffled. Okay, now one last thing, let's come back into the codes. See where we have the solution checker. With the solution checker, let's correct that spelling of that, solution checker. So I'm going to use an if statement to determine what value we have in here. So let's start by saying if this one, command button 1, if command button 1 dot caption equals 1, and command button 2 dot caption equals 2, change this to 2, and command button 3 dot caption equals 3. I'm going to enter and here, dash space dash, press enter. That will give me a carriage return. I'm going to now say 4. I'm going to grab all of this, paste that here. So this is 4 and 4 here, and all of this should be, no, this is 5, 5, 5, then we have 6 and 6 there. Now the next one, space, press enter. I'm going to copy this. Let's copy all of this like this and paste. And the next one, paste. Now this is going to be 7, 7, 8 and 8, 9 and 9. We have 10. So let's copy this. No, just enter 10 in there. 10. We have 11 and 11 here. 12 and a 12 here. There. And finally we have, that would be 13, 13 and 14 here. Then we have 15 and 15. There, all done. So in here we just enter then, and I want to display a message box. Let's align this properly before I display my message box. I'm going to use an if statement, or that is how it's used in here anyway. If MSG box, and that is well done, you are a winner, or you are a star, or you're a winner. There. I'm going to say comma, let's say VB, okay only on the message box. Now plus VB information, comma, I'm now going to enter the title for my project. The argument 1, 2, 3, yeah, and the fourth one will be the title, shuffle game. There, close that, then exit sub and end if. There we go, and that takes care of my whole project. But you see, this solution checker, it has to be called in all of the button. Okay, each button will be checking, do I have the right value? Once we have the right value on all of those buttons, then it will automatically display this message here. So I'm just giving a quick check to make sure the number or the arrangement of the buttons are correct. Okay, let's go right up here with button number 1, call solution checker. There we go. And I'm going to repeat the same thing for all of my buttons. That's number 10 there, 11, come down here, number 12, 13, 14, 15, we have 16 in here, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. I've now called the solution checker in or on every single button. Then have a good look at the lines of code for the functions again. The shuffle function itself. And this very shuffle function is called inside the more or less like form load, or you can call it slide on slideshow terminate. That's what I've called that. Then the solution checker that checks if we have the numbers in the correct order, and every single buttons. Every single button is called the solution checker to make sure the value is correct. There. And the very first function, the empty spot checker, there we go. You do need that. To create the empty spot checker, all you need to do is go to insert, select model, and enter your function in there. And that is it. So I'm going to run the program. Let's click on slideshow here. We have slideshow there. Let's click on it, and there we go. So give our application a try and see if that's going to work as expected. Alright, we have 4, 2. Let's bring 3 up there. Alright, I may have to speed up the whole solution to see how that's going to work. Yeah, nope. Okay, looking good so far. Oh, 13 is not working, this very one. We need to check why. Okay. Okay, let's see this. Oh, that works. Then which one is not working? One of these is not responding how it's meant to respond. Let's see that again. Okay, that works. Yeah. Oh, it is working. Oh, no, it's not working. Look. Okay, let me go and check that and see what value I have in there. So this is up to 8, 9, 10. Alright, click on exit, double click on this very one. 6, 9, 11, 4. Oh, look at this. That is wrong. So that should have been underneath here. If this is 6, 7, 8, 9, okay, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That should have been 14. So let's go back in here. That should have been 14. Instead I have 4. So you guys need to be careful. Alright, that is sorted now. Come back in here. Click on the slideshow. There. And then let's have a go at it. And that is it. Number 10 is working now. There we go, guys, and that is how you create your own slideshow in PowerPoint. So let's see if the message we actually display. I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys. So I'm just going to do that on my own. Okay, guys, decision time to make sure the message displays. So let's click on 12, 11, 9, 13, 14, and 15. Look at that. Well done. You are a winner. There, guys, and that's how you create your own number shuffle games in PowerPoint using the PowerPoint presentation slide. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this beautiful tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can always join to become a member of the channel. There's a lot of benefit if you're a member. You all have a nice day now, and bye for now.